This is a look at the live music scene of New Braunfels and the Texas Hill Country area, giving you a sense for some of the top spots for nightlife around Texas, and there's 14 different places featured in this video, so let's just get started with number 1, the Wurstfest. This is a festival that happens every year in New Braunfels, and people get really excited and they all come out here. A lot of folks are around town. It's been happening since the 60s. It's a celebration of rich German culture located right there by the Comau River, where they've got food, music, and dancing and carnival rides and games, as well as Alpine and Bavarian style entertainment. They call it the best 10 days in sausage history. A lot of folks get really excited for this. They put on their lederhosen and they wait in line and drink a lot of beer and stand around on concrete. There are many different stages at Wurstfest, and so the footage that I've featured shows Alex Meyer Band at Gross Zelt stage, as well as Squeezebox with Molly B at Wurst Hall, the Tuba Meisters at Klein Zelt, and even more stages around the area with even more live music happening. The Wurstfest is located at Landa Park, and one of the cool things that happened at Landa Park is a group of songwriters here in New Braunfels took it over for a full day and night of the Hill Country's best songwriters being featured at what they call the Songwriters Harvest. And this is Jacob Augustine featured here.
Whining, grinding a 4/4 time, yes, it's the perfect place to make a man lose his mind. Some folks will say it's a shame she's just a woman who can play the game.
Next up, we've got another exciting adventure here. Driving along the Guadalupe River, you can find Mountain Breeze Campground. It's of course super popular during the tourist season when folks are out here and tubing down the river, where they do have tubes that you can get, and kayaks and paddleboards and tent camping and RV sites and cabin rentals. But right there along the Guadalupe River, they have a stage and sometimes they have live music, and they had a really big event happening here called In a Jam down by the river. And I have to say thanks to Catherine and Honey of the Gotta Love Texas Music podcast for telling me about this and giving me a free ticket and giving me a chair that I could sit down on. You should check out that podcast if you want to learn more about live music and the artists and songwriting around Texas. And the irony coming here is that I saw way more people that I knew from Fort Worth here than I did from New Braunfels. This is Dustin Brown and Landon Hoffman.
And there ain't no love left in Amarillo. And this pipe wrench and the socks, that's all I know. Drink like a fish until we can't breathe. But while we just keep putting poison in our water.
Next up is the historic Green Hall, located in the historic Green District. Going back to the late 1800s, the oldest continuously operating and most famous dance hall in Texas. Great place to see classic Texas artists, like on this night when I got to see Gary P. Nunn playing.
Wanna go home with the armadillo. Country music from Amarillo and Abilene. And we people live pretty women you've ever seen.
Right across from Green Hall is Winery on the Green. This is a boutique winery that specializes in making wine from all over the world, blending, fermenting, aging, and bottling over 30 different wines, all here in the little tiny village of Green. They've been having live music lately, and I was able to catch John Cavender and Lucas Richard Taylor playing there. Next up, another great venue close to the downtown area of New Braunfels, Redbird Listening Room, a family-operated music venue that celebrates the artistry of songwriting, recognizing there isn't a better way to enjoy music than by being up close and personal with the people who create it. I got to see Scott Miller there and Taylor Leonhardt.
From Washington to Arlington to the House of Sod, they all need shovels so they can have a job. I'll be living happy in the Shenandoah Valley, running down the road at 8 miles a gallon.
Oh, I'm gonna wait. I'll wait on the Lord.
Now in downtown New Braunfels directly is Phoenix Saloon, a historic place, again from the late 1800s. I came there for some chili that they're famous for, but I found that they did have jazz going on this Sunday afternoon with In the Groove. Now a new place called Freddy C's Bar and Patio. They do have a location in San Marcos, and they now have this new one in New Braunfels in Freiheit Village, where they've got a rooftop patio bar, and they've been featuring live music, and I was able to catch Damon Curtis playing here.
Here without you, baby, you're still on my long mind. Think about you, baby, and I dream about you all the time.
Then there's a place called Kings and Queens Ballroom. It's a big event center for events like weddings and corporate events and other social gatherings. They had a lot of folks coming out here tonight for some dancing to some country music here with Cactus Country.
Down every road, there's always one more city. I'm on the run, the highway is my home.
Next up is Barbarossa Trough, located in an old tin-porched shack that's way out in the country at the intersection of a couple farm-to-market roads in cotton fields east of New Braunfels. There's lots of families and kids around here, and that small historic dive was expanded here with concrete and turf on the outside and a stage where Colton James and Chuck Reininger were playing.
And Hank and Lefty crowded every jukebox. That's the way it was in '51.
Also out here in this area is Windmill Farm Winery, a small batch winery with handcrafting over 20 wines that you can taste. They're also in that Seguin Geronimo area, and it looks like you can go camp out there too. Set up a RV, and they had Gus Clark playing.
Honest and true now, without a doubt. Nobody knows you when you're down and out.
And then out there in the Texas Hill Country, the little town of Fisher, there's the Devil's Backbone Tavern, built on the site of an ancient Indian campground believed to be haunted, a great place to catch real Texas music. And this is an all-star band here of Texas musicians for Bruce Robison's Town Dance.
Desperately, along the beach.
Now check out this place. It's called the Opera House, and it's located in 7A Ranch in Wimberley in what they call Pioneer Town. And they've been having Something in the Water live music series where I was able to catch Sentimental Family Band playing.
Walking in the kids, stomping on the places I've been. Stoop down, talking, it's like dog walking. 1 ounce of shame, hardly more than face to a man.
And last is this thing called cabin10.org, where they've got the Donky Shack located right across from Fisher Hall. Also in the Texas Hill Country, they had a multi-day event going on here with camping, and it's very much inspired by the Kerrville Folk Fest with overlapping crowds and artists. And they had the Kerrville Folk Festival's Grassy Hill New Folk artists who are going on tour. They played here as well as other artists, including old New Folk winners. This is footage of Robin Beineman and Wes Collins with Scott Dameron up there.
One lover pays the bills and another one amuses her. She's not less moral, she's more or less just got a lot of love and she's polyamorous. Now I'm groping around in the kitchen with one eye open and the other eye twitching.
So that's your look at some of the live music around New Braunfels and the Texas Hill Country area. It's not the first video I posted about that, so in the description below, I'll include a playlist where you could learn about a lot of other places that feature live music and check out the live music scene here. You could also click on my YouTube channel and check out those thumbnails to see which topics are interesting to you. I post all about the music scene around Texas and the towns and neighborhoods around. Thanks for checking out this video, and thank you for your support.